Disney. Me, Ernie. So what up? So yes, later today, Bella and Zendaya both taking over Radio Disney. Now they're going to be talking about the very, very special 90-minute event that's going to be on Disney Channel, the Shake It Up Made in Japan. Plus, Planet premiering a song from Shake It Up Made in Japan called Fashion is My Kryptonite. That's all happening a little bit later on today. Neo, Calvin Harris, here you go. They're playing right now. Let's go on Radio Disney.
Let's go. 15 minutes from Providence and New Bedford.
The Make Room for Savings event is on at the Home Depot now through August 12th. You'll find organization inspiration from top brands like Martha Stewart Living, Husky, and Home Decorators Collection. And right now, you'll also find a 56-quart tote at a new lower price of just $5.97. Garage, closet, home, or office.
Thanks so much for joining us here on the Doug Gottlieb Show on ESPN Radio. We are presented by our friends at Progressive.
As one American family. I'm sure that many of you who are parents here had the same reaction that I did when I heard this news. My daughters go to the movies. What if Malia and Sasha had been at the theater? As so many of our kids do every day. Michelle and I will be fortunate enough to hug our girls a little tighter tonight, and I'm sure you will do the same with your children. But for those parents who may not be so lucky, we have to embrace them and let them know we will be there for them as a nation. Again, I'm so grateful that all of you are here. I am so moved by your support. But there are going to be other days for politics. This, I think, is a day for prayer and reflection.
Here is Romney on it. Who do you think is better?
Our hearts break with the sadness of this unspeakable tragedy. Ann and I join the President and First Lady and all Americans in offering our deepest condolences for those whose lives were shattered in a few moments of evil in Colorado. In the coming days, we'll surely learn more about the lives that have been lost and the families that have been harmed by this hateful act. We'll come to know more about the talents and the gifts that each victim possessed, and we'll come to understand the hope and the opportunity that's been lost. Our hearts break for the victims and their families. We pray that the wounded will recover and that those who are grieving will know the nearness of God. This morning, Colorado lost youthful voices which would have brightened their homes, enriched their schools, and brought joy to their families. Our prayer is that the Comforter might bring the peace to their souls that surpasses our understanding. The Apostle Paul explained, "Blessed be God, who comforteth us in all our tribulations, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble." Grieving and worried families in Aurora are surrounded with love today, and not just by those who are with them and holding them in their arms. They can also know that they're being lifted up in prayer by people in every part of our great nation. Now and in the hard days to come, may every one of them feel the sympathy of our whole nation and the comfort of a living God.
Listen to Bloomberg of New York.
in a wonderful manner, and will continue to do so. And I don't want to start cutting our military into Republican and Democrat. And if Dempsey's going to start telling these people to be quiet, he ought to say that goes for Powell and that goes for Clark too. But he didn't. Thank you very much for the call. We appreciate it. As we go to Sharon in Fairfax, listening in over WMAL.
Tom?
Yes, Sharon, how are you?
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. I know it's late, and I just wanted to tell you about an incident that's going on right now as we speak with my 4-year-old grandson. It's very upsetting. My daughter married a Scotsman and lives in Scotland. Her son was born in Scotland. She has had trouble with the healthcare system over there ever since he was born. And just this past week, she went to have his eyes examined because he was having trouble seeing. And when the person told her that he had to have glasses, she asked them if she could go and get a second opinion. And the person said that no, there's no reason for you to get a second opinion. And she says, yes, I really want to get a second opinion.
Well, let me tell you.
And the woman told her, she says, well, then we're going to make an appointment to come and inspect your home. And
okay, now, ma'am, we're running out of time. Healthcare in Great Britain, the National Health Service is horrifying, and that doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. She can at least go to someone private and just don't tell them she's going, but that is horrifying, absolutely horrifying, but it's typical of a terrible, and it's just as bad in Canada, and it's awful. Sorry, I would have loved to have continued the conversation. Thank you very much for listening in. Tom Marr sitting in for Mark Levin tonight. We loved it. I want to thank Greg Rusick and Mike Gunzelman once again for all the work they've done. Not possible without them. Good night, and we'll talk to you again sometime, I hope. Bye-bye.
Getting rich is fun. Go fishing. Wheel in $25,000 line of Long Island and Connecticut, or call our Bluefish hotline, 203-366-BLUE. That's 203-366-BLUE.
Is your hair thinning?
760 WJR.
A cumulus station.
From ABC News. I'm Brad Wheelis. The West Nile virus is spreading, and health officials fear it could get worse over the next 6
Listen, Rush, live at noon. 77 WABC.
From ABC News. I'm Brad Wheelis. The West Nile virus is spreading, and health officials fear it could get worse over the next several weeks. We're hearing from a victim. Claire McCall contracted West Nile back in 2008. Symptoms to look for. ABC News Chief Health and Medical Editor Dr. Richard Besser.
You develop confusion, stiff neck, weakness. Go see your doctor right away, because if it's
You're listening to A Sentimental Journey with Frank Proctor and the best of the best music from AM 740.
The pieces. Howie Rose had the call today in the Fan. Rockies complete the sweep of the shutout victory 1-0. Not even the pitching of rookie Colin McHugh could give the Mets a charge. McHugh was sensational in his first big league start. 7 shutout innings. He allowed only 2 hits, struck out 9. The
Mets are the first team in the modern era with 2 pitchers to strike out at least
100 times more and is environmentally harmful. Schumer announced earlier this month that Saratoga Springs Water will supply water for the inauguration. John Lennon's killer is being denied parole for a 7th time. Mark David Chapman serving a 20 years to life sentence for fatally shooting the rock legend outside his New York City apartment in 1980. Your AccuWeather forecast is next on News Talk 810 and 103.1 WGY.
Jump the curb and hit the gentleman on the wall.
Teddy Sueños, who works nearby, describing what appeared to witnesses that the Honda pickup was going to back up but lurched forward. The pickup was being driven by a security guard for a private firm that runs a checkpoint near the exchange. No charges were filed. On Broad Street, Marla Diamond, WCBS 880 News.
WCBS News Time, 9:05. 7 up and 7 down. John Lennon's killer is denied parole again.
The first defense lawyer to...
For the final time this season, the road...
En tête de série en 8e de finale. Par ailleurs, les Canadiens Peter Polanski et Heidi El-Tabak ont fait un pas de pied vers le tableau principal du tournoi.
Through the ninth. Pitch on the way ball 1 on Vernon Wells. There's an awesome